Hi there, welcome. Today will be a very important video if you are someone who sits for many hours during the day, if you ever deal with knee pain or the very present in many of us low back pain, then this video is for you. We will be talking about rolling out the thighs, the quads, all this area up into the hip a little bit. I'm going to show you how to roll it out using a standard foam roller, and then I'm going to show you several stretches, mobilizations that increase in intensity and difficulty and athleticism as they go on. So you can find the ones that work best for you. Let's hop right in. So this is a foam roller. You've probably seen these. This is a medium intensity because it has a PVC pipe with a thin layer of foam. If you have a full foam one, that's great. If you've never done this before, you want probably that full foam, solid foam, because it's the softest and it'll give you the most relief. Also do it on carpet or like a pillow if it's really bad. So you're just gonna grab this. We're gonna be getting the leg in 3 lanes right down the middle on a 45-degree angle and then straight on the side. I'm gonna set a timer for a minute, and as you're going down the lane, you're allowed to wiggle a little bit side to side, okay? 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle. We will be getting the quads, the IT band, which will sometimes get stuck onto the quads. We do not want that. And then a little bit of the side hip here. And we're gonna start at the top, okay? Let's hop right in. I'm gonna get my personal computer here. Go to the camera, not the camera, go to the timer. Go to a minute. I'm gonna do just a minute so we can get through this. Pause the video and stay longer on the areas that need it most. Let's get started. So, starting on my left side. First, we're just gonna get this front lane. So I'm gonna put it right here. Just hang out. I've been doing a lot of quad stuff myself because I tend to be hamstring dominant. And so my quads definitely are in need of this. You're finding spots that feel sore, but productive, beneficial. You want spots that seem to kind of spread. You don't want it to be very sharp, but don't worry about any of that too much. Listen to your body. Kind of go side to side here a little bit. And I'm gonna move fast because we only have about a minute. Kind of rolling side to side. Coming up. You can come up and down. About 3 seconds to go. Grab my phone here. Dismiss, start again. Okay, now we got the front. I'm gonna do this side so you can see a little better. We got the front, now we're gonna go onto the side here. Get my wire out the way. Actually, I'll just do it this way. Cool, so onto the side here, 45-degree angle. This one, for some of you, might be a little more intense. Working our way up. Onto the side. Gently going back and forth. Back up to the hip. Last but not least, the IT band. For some of you, it's gonna be very sore. You can get right on the IT band, kind of come off to the side. This is where you're gonna want to kind of wiggle side to side a lot. Bring that here, there we go. So, about right here. You can notice I'm starting off gently here. A lot of it is figuring out what works for you. I'm pausing right here because this spot feels good to me. I can tell I need it. Once it opens up, I may lean a little bit this way. or lean a little bit this way, and then work my way up. I've heard stories and myths about some of the best athletes in the world living at the tops of mountains and rolling out their thighs on PVC pipes or sheer diamond. One day I'll be there. This is going to be very painful for some of you. You've got to work through this pain because on the other end of it is a much better you. It is worth it, okay? It really is. You've just got to breathe and endure and experience the reward at the end, which will be well worth it. Awesome. One last thing to note, which I should have maybe said at the beginning, it helps to have a bunch of pillows or something to rest your upper body on so that you don't have to be leaning on your arm too much. So a bunch of pillows usually works well. So prop yourself up. It'll help you control the pressure a lot better. So now we're going to move into the stretches. And before we move into the stretches, we need to talk about hip tilts. Basically, when your hips are tilted forward or tilted back. I'll show you now. So, fix my wire. Ba-cha. Here's my hip right here. A lot of us, if we sit a lot, we're stuck in this hip tilt right here. Okay? We need to, in these stretches, be focusing on squeezing the glute and the hamstring to tuck the butt under. So just think about in all these stretches, we're squeezing the glute and hamstring so we can be tucking our butt under. First, a way to practice this is to get on your hands and knees and just do a variation of the cat-cow, but the emphasis is on the hips. Can you squeeze your glutes and hamstrings to tuck your butt? That's what we're doing here. So just practice this first if you need to, if you feel your hips are stiff. But once you do that, we're going to hop right into the first stretch, which requires just a wall. You grab the wall for balance like so. Grab your leg. You've seen this before, but the emphasis is on squeezing the glutes and hamstrings. And you should immediately, even with where my leg is, I can feel a stretch here. And that should be you as well. I don't want to see this. In any of the stretches we do, I don't want to see your leg way behind you. That means you're not getting the engagement here, and you're not getting really the best stretch you can here. If it goes too far back, you're at risk of stretching the hip capsule. We don't want that. So here, squeeze the glutes and hams, and get a nice stretch here. Very simple, very basic. Nice. And you can kind of come in and out of it. Every now and then you can let it go. Pull it back in. It's that simple. Other side, you would grab here, squeeze glutes and hamstrings. There you have it. Next stretch requires a couch, bed, anything along those lines. You do not need a ladybug, but they keep me company here in the laboratory. So you just lay on the edge, grab your knee, and let this leg hang off. And gravity will help you. You can bend the knee to get more of a stretch, but really, for some of you, this will be very intense. And you can just hang out here and contemplate on your day. Awesome. Not going to show you the other side with that because I don't feel like it. Now, the next one is a stretch some of you may have seen before. You're going to grab a pillow, some type of cushion, and a wall. And you're going to begin with on your hands and knees. You're going to move one knee back. And your knee may be about a foot, give or take, from the wall. And your leg is here. So you've gotten to this position. Then you're just going to bring one leg up and work your way up to this position. Once again, squeezing the glutes and hamstrings and then standing all the way up. You should get a nice stretch here. I don't want to see this. We're not going for that. Right here, squeeze, right here. This is something that if you're not very mobile, not very flexible, this may be a hard one to get into. Just use the wall or some of the other variations, but yeah, give this a try. You can also squeeze this hamstring and glute as well as this to kind of drive the hips forward while you're tucking. And you can make it active and do a little bit of this if you like, but that's this one in a nutshell. You can play around with making it more dynamic and active. Same concept, but now you're right here. You should be able to squeeze your glute and hamstring, drive the hips forward, and use your arms like you're running. Boom. This will help you get into the psoas a little bit, and just drive the hips forward, then come back. Let your weight fall back, and then bring it forward. 1. Or you can remove this and just stay up top. Stay here, right here. Boom. Right here. When I'm dropping back, it's because my glutes and hamstrings, they are potentiated. So they're able to catch me here, and then I'm able to kind of push off them and come into here, which gives me a better stretch. But your hamstrings and glutes may not be there yet. So for you, you just want to stay up top, because when you fall down, it just doesn't feel right. So you're right here. Boom. Boom. All right, guys, those are some stretches for you, some rolling. I hope you find them helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about them. Till next time, I hope you get a little bit closer to living a pain-free life today. Thanks.